I don't think that he's worth the money that they're paying him. He's literally he's literally a one-tool guy. He hits. He is terrible on defense. Sal,
Frank,
your Mets are doing pretty good. You got to feel good about it early in the season, but you got to feel good about it. Unfortunately,
hot start, as opposed to miserable start last year.
Yes,
but miserable start, awesome ending. So I don't know what we're gonna get this year. June is right around the corner, and June is usually the month where they start to get a little quiet. The bats go cold.
It's the best month.
I
of
don't
the
know.
year. Best month
I like
of the
it.
year.
I don't mind. I like me a little June.
Yeah, and the Phillies are playing good now. Now the Phillies are streaking 6-game winning streak, which sucks for both of us.
So we had the opposite seasons. So you had this year your Bravos, miserable start. Were you nervous? Were you sweating a little bit? I know that feeling.
I don't know if I was sweating as much. I mean, I went on record saying that we were going to be the first 0-7 team to win the World Series. Bold prediction, Atlanta Braves will be the first team ever to start 0-7 and win the World Series. I put that out there, right?
You did. I heard you.
I put it out there. And I still think that, and now, starting to come around a little bit. The bullpen still sucks. Strider's back, even though he had a shitty game the other day. Acuna coming back. That idiot Profar will be back at some point, sooner than later. I'm feeling okay, though. I'm feeling okay.
So, question to you: no dog in the fight. Obviously, you're an outsider looking in. What'd you think about the weekend Subway Series Juan Soto drama?
Yeah, so I love what the Yankees did. The Yankee fans, I love them turning their back on him in the bleachers. I thought that was hysterical. He deserves it. I think he deserves it. They offered him a boatload of money. He could have stayed. It really wasn't that much more that the Mets offered him. So I think that it was well deserved, and I enjoyed many moments of it. I really did.
Here's my issue, and I'm obviously not going to play favorites here, but the Yankees rented him. He was a short-term girlfriend. She was just around for a little while. Here's my take. The Yankees are so used to getting that big free agent, that big money free agent.
Right.
They finally lost. And not only did they lose, they lost to their quote-unquote little brother.
I think that the Yankees expect that everyone who comes to their team is going to want to stay there forever. Everybody wants to be a Yankee. Everybody dreams of being a Yankee as a kid, right? You want to play in Yankee Stadium, the house that Ruth built, blah, blah, blah. So I think Soto going to the Mets, obviously worse because it's crosstown, but I think that is really what stung, was like, wait, you don't want to be a Yankee? You don't want to be here forever?
And a part of me was just waiting for him to be Juan Soto and come out in a weekend series and go,
swing the bat,
12 for 18, 3 home runs, a ton of RBIs. But what does he do? He walks. He does nothing. Makes a couple of good plays in the field. Just, hey, listen, last night he basically looked at 6 pitches.
Yeah.
And
just
I don't know what's going on. Do you think it's one of those first year things? I mean, for me, I've watched Lindor go through it. I've watched Beltran go through it. I've watched Pedro go through it. I don't know.
I think it would be different if he went from San Diego to the Mets. And then you say, okay, first time in like the real big city, right? A lot of pressure. But he was literally right across town. He was in the Bronx. He played for the Yankees, right? So he shouldn't have that, like, he's not having New York jitters.
We had in my Mets group chat, we had a comment of maybe he just can't handle New York. And the eyes went to him and said, brother,
that makes sense.
He was in New York all year and had probably one of the best seasons.
Maybe he just can't handle Queens. Maybe it's Queens.
That's probably it. You put on the orange and blue,
exactly.
you start to decline a little bit. So listen,
what do you think about Michael Kay and his comments about him, Soto in the clubhouse, and how he's vibing there?
I think
I could see it.
I could see it, but I also think the Yankee fandom, Yankee Twitter, Yankee voices, they're looking for any story where, Soto's going to be miserable and he misses us oh so much, and he made the worst mistake of his life.
Especially after losing the series.
There was the story with the private jet that he takes a private jet to away games. That got squashed pretty quick. I mean, it's ridiculous for anyone to think that someone is going to get that much special treatment with the new contract. And I got to be honest, Mr. K, I enjoyed him in his afternoon drive. Now that he's solo, I think he's just too pro Yankee for me.
Yeah, I agree. He has nobody to kind of reel him back in now.
You need your Don. If you don't have your Don, that's a problem.
Don's the man.
Yeah.
Don's the man.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think the whole Soto thing, I didn't understand why he was getting as much money as he did in the first place. Whether it was the Mets, the Yankees, the Blue Jays, whoever the hell it was. I don't think that he's worth the money that they're paying him. He's literally he's literally a 1-tool guy. He hits. He is terrible on defense. Terrible. He looks like he's wearing his gloves on his feet.
But he does make some good plays. He's not as bad as people make him out to be. However, I do not think he is worth the contract. But
how do you live up to it?
Someone you can't. It's impossible unless your name is Shohei Ohtani. You're not living up to the contract. And someone was paying him. Someone was giving him that money. It just so happened to be the Mets. And you hear Boris. Boris was knocking down Cohen's door like crazy. I mean, he wouldn't let him go. Cohen was going to walk, and he just wouldn't let him.
Yeah. You know what they're calling him now, right?
Who?
Juan Soto.
Oh, no. Listen, he's going to be Juan Soto. So it's
good.
It'll happen. He's going to break out versus the Braves. You'll see.
Yeah, right. On to the next one. Knicks.
Keep it moving.
I got things to do. We got to talk about the Knicks.
Oh, boy.
Halliburton, a new stud. Is he the new star? Mm-hmm. Just crushing in the playoffs, and that loss yesterday was fucking brutal.
It was one of the, if not top 3 most brutal sports losses I have seen personally in my existence. My number one, Agreed. I think you know what number 1 is. It's Carlos Beltran, his knees buckling. Game knees. 7, 06. That
Adam Wainwright.
That lived with me for months.
Yeah.
I didn't get over that. And
after the high of the Andy Chavez catch, and it's like, oh my God, there it is.
That's the one right in back of me. I mean, you really, that whole game, the energy of that game. But, Halliburton reminds me a little bit of Tatum. And, Tatum last year after he won, all of a sudden, he started doing like the copycat stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone got turned off to Tatum. Now you have Halliburton last night doing the copycat choke for Reggie Miller. Now, I will say this.
Classic. That was classic.
Outside perspective, take away your Knick fandom, take away anything else. What a beautiful moment to give that choke sign, wearing a Pacers jersey in Madison Square Garden with Reggie Miller calling the game. And he points to him, and he knows it, and he looks at him, and Reggie gave him that point back, and he didn't have to. I mean, you can't
script that.
People will say there's so many moments in sports that you quote unquote can't script.
Yeah.
This is the most ridiculous story anyone would ever write.
It was movie shit.
I've never seen a shot go in like that where it just bounces completely up and just
crazy hot. Yep.
Fans are like, all right, we got it.
Yep.
Done, game 1, and then swoop. People were turning their heads. People didn't know what happened.
No.
It was wild.
But
it's do you think Knicks pick themselves off the mat and come back game 2 and get themselves together?
I think they do, but this stings. I mean, to lose to dominate. I mean, at one point they were really dominating game 1. So for them to lose game 1, they have to win game 2. You have to. I mean, listen, everybody says like you got to win at home, right? That's just general rule with them. But yeah, I think that they need to win game 2. They just have to do it. They have to bounce back. And I think they will. I think they played a good game, but obviously Indy was just more clutch. I mean, that's just what it came down to.
The guy who
been, 26 points in game 5 against the Bucks, 31 points in the last series against the Cavs, game 5. 31 points yesterday against the Knicks. I mean, he's stepping up, man. He's looking like a fucking stud.
The most beautiful thing for me is my guy almost a year ago, Triple H, WWE. He wrote it. This was it. This was in the script, man. This is it. He had Halliburton. He had Brunson, middle of the ring, ready to go.
Yeah.
And he was just writing the story.
Yep. And
so,
here we are.
I mean, I'm going to say Knicks. I'm going to still say Knicks in 6. I'm going to say Knicks in 6. I think they still take it, but it's a stinger.
Yeah, I could see Knicks in 6. And I definitely think that if there was a year for them to win, it's this one. I think the gauntlet part of it, like a lot of those teams are gone, right? The Cavs are gone, Lakers are gone, Warriors are gone, Nuggets are gone. So a lot of those teams that everybody expected to be there aren't. I think it'll still be great if they go like the Timberwolves. You got Randall, ex-Nick, DiVincenzo, ex-Nick. So I think that would be a fun one, to watch.
That's the story. That's the storybook finals for the NBA right now is the Knicks T-Wolves. But those OKC Thunder, man, they are rowdy. Do you remember vividly the original Reggie Miller choke?
Yes, I do.
Like, were you watching the game live? Like, I mean,
I don't remember, but I do remember it vividly.
I mean, I remember it. I remember watching that. That was some tough stuff, man.
That was gangster stuff.
Thank God it was game 1, because if this was game 7, there's no getting over that.
No.
There's no getting over it.
No. That Garden would have got torn down.
No.
Torn down.
Fire.
Yeah. No, ridiculous.